Hello, welcome back to my video. It's Black Gummy. So today we're going to be talking about my game that I made, which is called Scooby After. I made this for my birthday one year, and it's taken me a long time to actually put all this stuff together so you could see a more tangible version of this game versus what I made before, which is a little bit more, I don't want to say janky, but yeah, kind of janky. But I will say that Scooby After is like, it has been really a joy to make and watch my friends play it. And I really just wanted to celebrate this game and celebrate the very like Halloween-y experience, because for me, investigative horror is the best type of horror. I love investigations and I love horror, and I think Scooby-Doo is where that started for me. If you don't know, I am a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I love Scooby-Doo so much. So this was really fun for me, and it was really a celebration and a testament to how much Scooby-Doo has inspired me as a person and how I like deal with my stories, and just like, I just love it. I will never be, I don't think I'll ever see myself being as good as what Scooby-Doo did for me, but I really hope that one day I can create like really good stories like Scooby-Doo, did. Or still does, kind of, if you still watch it. I know I do. So what I'm going to do is kind of basically explain how this game works. I'm going to go through all the pieces of the game, and at the end of the video, you'll be able to click on a link, or I should have it up in my bio or description or whatever, and you should be able to go to my Ko-fi and download the game for yourself. The game will be free. I mean, obviously I can't charge it. It's not my property. I just wanted to like share this fun game with you. This is basically an investigative like murder mystery type game, and I love me a murder mystery. That's like one of my favorite types of games to play. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that I explained this well. I recognize that like the game wasn't like perfect, but I still hope that you guys can enjoy it and have fun. And yeah, so let's get started. So, the story begins with Flim Flam moving to Coolville almost 2 years ago. Soon after arriving, he started setting up an escape room. Currently, the business is still unfinished. He has a reputation around town for being a grifter and an antagonist to many people, like Shaggy. Most of the time, he keeps to himself, but he has started many fights with the local police. A lot of his confrontations take place at the Scrappy Bar, and one of the biggest issues that Flim Flam and Shaggy have is over Scooby-Doo's will and testament. This is all after Scooby had passed away almost a year ago. With Flim Flam picking fights with the entire town at a certain point, he ends up dead in the back of his car, bound. Clearly a murder, and the only person who's seen him last, or people known to see him last, is Shaggy. Shaggy, having a really loud and confrontational argument, ends with a threat at the end, and it leads to Shaggy being arrested. Now the gang is coming back together to protect their friend and protect the legacy of Scooby-Doo, while also trying to set things right and figure out what's happened with Coolsville. We'll be going over Flim Flam's victim notes. Flim Flam had a genuine crystal ball that was never found in the house. There was also no money found in the house or on the body. There was no identifying information found in the house, such as passports or driver's licenses or taxes. Flim Flam's time of death has been hard to discern due to the car's heater accelerating the body decomposition. The body has been moved from its original place of the murder. Flim was bound with rope, believed to come from the escape room. Flim had bits of gravel and marble in his mouth and scrapes on his face. Flim was seen in town from 1 p.m. through 3 p.m. The last message on Flim's phone is an unknown number at 4:30 p.m. The last person to talk to Flim in person was a cop. The cop warded off Flim from entering the Scrappy Bar. Flim was last seen driving through his own community towards the right side of town. So let's go over some of the things that we do know about Flim Flam's death. Some of the victim's blood was found in the trunk of the car. The murder weapon was found at the victim's house. Flim Flam's car was assumed to be on from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. through a neighboring witness that morning. Flim's car alarm went off around 8:30 a.m. People came to investigate the car when he didn't come out to turn it off around 9 a.m. Flim received a text from an unknown number and responded with "on my way." And then the last thing is that Flim was believed to have died between 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to explain the basic how to play. So you have to pick teams. There are 3 card decks split into a team of 3 and divvied up. So you have to divvy up the card decks, which are color coded. And if you don't end up printing out these color codes, this is really just to cover and show visually like which card decks you're dealing with. There is a Daphne, Fred, and Velma. So they're color coded, and then they also have the name, the first letter of their name on the cards. So Daphne, Fred, and Velma. So you should be able to see like their names at the bottom or slightly at the top of the card. Now, you do actually need at least 3 people to play this game. But if you do end up having an uneven number of people, that's fine. Just make sure that you share that card, whatever team you end up being with. But let's say there's 5 of you and there's like 2, and then 1. So like one person works with Velma's and then 2 people work for it. That's fine. It just needs at least 3 people to play the game. So you get your individual clue cards, and you are not allowed to show any other team your cards. Only people on your team can see these cards. These are your personal clue cards. So what you do is you place the clue cards, the alibi, and the map details in the middle of the table. Now, to solve the mystery, every team has to explain a different aspect of the case. So Velma must say who the murderer is, Fred must connect the evidence to the murderer, and Daphne must detail the when and where the murder took place. So you guys are able to converse amongst yourselves about, like as a whole table or 3 people, your teams can talk about why you think this is or why you think that is. You guys can talk about your clues, you just can't show them directly what the clues say. These clue cards are specifically for your team, but you can talk about what you have as evidence and figure out who the killer is. Now, when I say put the clue cards in the table, I forgot to mention there's these evidence cards, and these are also considered clue cards. So these evidence cards should be in the middle of the table so everybody can see them, because everyone needs these evidence cards. So then, once we have that set up, you have your suspects, and you should also put this in the middle of the table. Everyone needs to be able to see and read the suspect alibi cards and stuff like that. We have the alibis for the suspects, and we also have like the victim's alibi, reputation, whatever you want. So you have all these, and you put that in the middle of the table. And then you also have your report investigation, which is your medical examiner notes, and then you also have a police report that's also important, and you should put both of these in the middle of the table too. You guys can pass this around, everyone can see that. Then you have your town map, which will also be important, and then you have the house layout for the victim. So all these things are super important to figuring out the mystery. You really do have to work as a team while working separately in your own individual teams to put the pieces together. And it's a pretty simple game past that point. Um, I put a timer for 1 hour when I initially played the game with my friends, and that was like the first time actually playing it out. And 1 hour was not enough. I had about 6 people, I think, in total. Yeah, about 6 people. So it was pretty even. And they needed like at least 2 hours, I think, to solve the whole thing. Which was really funny to me. It did take a while, and I did have to give them clues and stuff to kind of get an idea of what to do. There were other aspects of this game that I haven't put in here that gave more clues, and I might write them out in the file so it can help you a little bit more if you're having trouble with who you think the murderer is. Because they were kind of like on the spot kind of clues. Like they were very like, it's hard to imitate it again. Also, I can't really like use those clues because they came from like a book, like one of those drawing coloring books. So yeah, I don't really want to scan it and put it as a part of this game because it's not mine and I don't own any of that stuff, and I just don't feel right putting that in with the file. But I will put some extra clues in there just to help you out a little bit. But if there are problems with the game or people have like questions or concerns, I'll definitely try to deal with them. And like if you do have those, then definitely put them on my coffee and like kind of talk to me about it, because I don't know how well it will do with other people. Like my friends did like it and they had a really good time. Honestly, I think they were just impressed that like I made a game for them to play in general. But they did have a good time and they did really like it, and I had a good time. So yeah, just let me know. So that's it for my video today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you enjoy the game if you end up playing it. Just check it out on my coffee. It'll be available for free. Also, while you're at it, you could buy a shirt from me on my Printify shop. I have 2 shirt designs that are available, and they're just waiting there for you. They're already ready to go. I didn't have to do anything. All I did was make the designs. The shirts are waiting. Celebrate the Halloween spirit with, pumpkin stuff. All right, I tried. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Woke up late this morning, a storm was really rolling. Frogs and dogs are raining from the sky. Everything seems awkward to me, nothing's just as it should be. If this keeps on, I'm sure I won't get by. But then I close my eyes and try to smile. I know things are bad and getting worse, but after all this I can rest a while, and then I'll party.